This is an introduction. Welcome back. This is Weirdsterly, and I'm DJ GaDgEt.
I'm Steph.
And we're talking about dreams today.
Lots of dreams.
If you've tuned in before, you know that I'm not only unstable during the day, I'm also unstable at night.
Consistency.
It's
what I like in a friend.
Yeah, that's what I'm good at. Always. So yeah, we were coming up with an idea for what are we doing? And I was like, I don't know, you want to do dreams? And I got a chuckle because I think she understood what was going to happen here.
I have gotten 1 or 12 texts from you. Can you decipher my dream?
Yeah. There's like at least 4 people. I always send it to you. Mm-hmm. My old therapist. It's always a fun one because she's like, what the hell? I was her favorite. I hate to break it to all of you crazies out there, but I was the best crazy. She said that. She said, your crazy is amazing. And I was like, you're welcome.
I've probably put my therapist's daughter through grad school and she's only 12.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's community service.
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing what I can.
Yeah. So my Pope dream, I think, was because I was stressed out about the Pope was dying. I don't know why I was stressed out.
Well, you had other stuff.
Had a lot of stuff going on.
That was also around the time of your car.
That was around the time of my car. Yeah.
And your car doing a barrel roll.
Decided to crash my car. Woke up that morning like, I want to drive off a cliff.
Literally.
Yeah.
Not just figuratively.
So there was a lot of stress going on. I had a whacked out dream about the Pope dying, and it was quite entertaining. You have to go back through the episodes to find it, though. We're not going to talk about that one.
But we came up with such a good phrase.
Don't drop the Pope.
Don't drop the Pope. Because in the dream, she was afraid she was going to drop the Pope because she was helping carrying him.
Yeah. So I kind of have a dream journal. I write them down a lot, but they're kind of scattered everywhere. So I have honed into 3. 2 are recent, and 1 is from a while ago. And we'll start with the while ago one.
Okay.
This is what I wrote about that one. The inside joke. So we all have inside jokes. Don't drop the Pope. These jokes are not only funny and those jokes are only funny between people because they were there for whatever originated the joke. So if we were in public and we said, don't drop the Pope, people would be like, what? And,
but
whatever.
We would cackle.
And like your harmonica band. So
such a good story.
I woke up this morning and I realized that I have subliminal inside jokes. I literally have an inside joke in my dreams. Dreams are weird. Our brain can conceive, can convince us that we know a dream person, but reflecting back, you have no idea who that person was. Well, my brain convinced me I was hanging out with some high school friends, and then one of them got me a present. It was a rectangle-shaped present, and on the present it said, not a toaster. And I just started laughing with them, and this was super nostalgic moment for us. And when I woke up, I was thinking about it, and I was like, WTF?
I mean, they didn't lie to you.
And in that moment, I realized I am on the outside of my own inside joke.
That's a lot of inception right there.
That's a lot. So my dreams, like there's places that I go in my dreams all the time, like a garden or a house or something, a store, and they're always the same in my dreams. So I feel like I have a little town in my head somewhere. But these are not places that exist. Like, so,
but they exist in your mind.
And these inside jokes are, not a toaster. It was not a toaster. It might've been a toaster. I never opened it.
Uh-oh.
So I don't get it. We talked about it now. I might have the dream again.
I hope so. I want to know what it was.
I want to know what it is. And I want to know what not a toaster means. So like, if we could like Star Wars this and go backwards and figure out what not a toaster means, that would be great.
That'd be funny if all of a sudden the brave little toaster pops out. I love that movie. It was so traumatizing, but I loved that movie.
For sure.
Next.
Okay. This was actually, why did I decide to do this job? For the show. Okay, so this is kind of a dream, kind of not a dream.
We had options, by the way.
We did. So in another episode of My Weird Dreams, I wake up and I see this weird pod thing, and I pick it up and I'm looking at it and it's glowing and it's weird. So I turn it over and immediately wake up feeling like I'm going to puke because I just poured cold soda all over myself and the bed and my pillow and probably the dog.
You told me about that one.
I was completely sleepwalking and saw everything that was there but different, and this thing was glowing and I was like, whoa.
Did you ever sleepwalk as a kid?
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
I also used to change my clothes in my sleep.
Costume change.
Yeah. Like I remember going to sleep with one set of pajamas. I would wake up completely different set of pajamas, and my head was where the feet should be and feet were where the head should be. I remember waking up so many times. So it wasn't a one-time thing. No, I had many changes. I would wake up and be like, well, that was an adventure.
Yeah. Do you remember any of your like sleepwalking episodes?
So I only ever did it as a kid. I never did it like, I want to say I probably grew out of it when I was like 6.
Oh, wow.
But I remember I have no rhyme or reason to any of it, but I remember there was one time I woke up on the kitchen floor. Oops. And my dad like came out, and the way our house was, where the kitchen was, my parents' bedroom was off of the kitchen. The dawn. And he came out in the morning and just saw his 6-year-old on the floor, like, and I'm pretty sure there was a few moments of like, oh no, no, no. But then because I slept in weird positions,
and he's like, what did she fall from?
Right. I used to talk in my sleep as a kid. I remember my mom telling me one time specifically, she came in to wake me up for school, and apparently I was sleeping with my hand behind my back. Again, weird positions, because I toss and turn. I've always tossed and turned in my sleep.
I toss and turn so much more now than I ever have in my entire life, but
you'd think I'd lose more weight with how much I...
Right? It's like, the sleep Olympics.
Like, I'm a rotisserie chicken at nighttime because I just keep moving. So anyway, I'm laying on my bed like this, and my mom was like, Steph, time for school. You gotta wake up. This is how she described it to me. Where's my hand? Oh my God, my hand's gone. So then somehow she woke me up, like pulled my hand, and she's like, right here. I'm like, oh, why are you doing that?
Yeah, what?
She's like, you thought you lost your hand. Mind you, she's still holding my hand. I'm like, it's right there. I see my hand. And I shit you not, my mom got like that to me. That was my mom. But yeah, I had a few random weird things, such as, not just sleepwalking, but, costume change and, acts, apparently.
I remember I was sleeping in the living room. My mom was doing dishes. I woke up and looked down off the couch, and there was like yellow goo, like a puddle. Like, remember Alex Mack?
Yes.
Yes. So she used to like bloop into a puddle. So it was like yellow, like super yellow, not translucent or anything. It was like putty coming out from under the couch. And I had to go tell my mom. So I jump up off the sofa and I run into the kitchen. I'm, Mom. And she's like, what? And I'm like, Mom, Power Rangers.
Not even.
And I scared myself. And I woke up and I was like, nah. What the hell is going on? And she was like, what? And I'm like, wait, you have to see it. Like, but I kind of was like awake now, but I'm like pulling her and I'm looking at the couch and I'm so confused. And I'm like, oh, And she says, I just went back to bed. Like I just went back to the couch and went to sleep.
So, sorry, Dad. I had to have gotten my sleep talking from him because there was one night that my mom had horrible insomnia. Must have gotten that from her too.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah. So she was up like in bed and I was sitting. She had this kind of like stool thing in her room. And we were just talking. I don't know what time. It could have been like 11 midnight for all I know. And we're just chit-chatting away. My dad is out. All of a sudden, he starts going, just ask Steph. And me and my mom were like,
That's what I do.
What? Yes, this is true.
Yeah.
Like, thank God for unlimited texting. Steph, I don't know what to do. What do I do in this thing? Oh my God.
I'm just peopling over here.
Yeah. So both me and my mom just, huh?
Yeah.
I then proceeded to have a full conversation with my dad while he's sleeping because his dream was I had become an electrician.
Oh.
And only I knew the blue and red wires.
Yeah. Well,
obviously.
You obviously aced blue and red wire class.
Obviously.
Come on. Electrician.
Yeah. Because that's what I studied.
Yeah. Blue and.
I had a good 10-minute conversation with my dad about, and my mom's laughing her ass off. And then the next morning, I was like, so I think I'm going to become an electrician. And he's like, okay.
He didn't remember?
No.
He would have felt like so bad. Like, I knew it.
Right. I know, like, so with my dreams, it's weird. If I fall asleep with like the TV on, or if I was listening to music or whatever, or something happening throughout the day, and I have specific dreams, I can usually tell if the dream is from something within the day or that I was listening to as I went to sleep versus like my mind decided to go off into Wonderland.
Yeah.
There's been a few times that like it could be as simple as like a small conversation I had with a coworker at the water cooler kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then I'll have a whole dream around that one thing. But when I wake up in the morning, I can usually tell.
You're like, oh, geez, that was
right
because of this.
That I've gotten pretty good at. Then there's other ones that are just like, I'll wake up, I'm exhausted because of whatever I dreamt. Like I've had some that were so real that it was awesome. Then I had some where like my parents, for example, whether it was my mom or my dad or whatever, they just were so mad at me. Like that soul crushing, we're not mad, we're just disappointed.
Oh, guys.
Like, and it was so real. And not even just with
Have you ever gotten mad at somebody because of that dream or because of a dream, something they did in a dream, and you're like, dude, screw you? I have that problem.
There may have been 1 or 2 times with a certain ex that the dream he was cheating on me.
Well,
little did I know I could predict the future. But I did. I do remember like waking up in half sleep and smacking him.
Mm-hmm.
Should have probably smacked him a little harder.
A little bit.
That's for another episode to talk about. Ironically, that same ex, he had a nightmare and pile drived me in the middle of the night.
Oh,
like he took his elbow, like we were both laying down, but he took his elbow and just to me. And yeah, I was not happy. No. So yeah, let's see. You have an inside joke. I'm a rotisserie chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we are a fun bunch.
So I wanted to I got a list of like types of dreams.
Okay.
And there's 10 of them. And with like little short definitions. There's lucid dreaming.
Mm-hmm.
And that's you become aware you're dreaming. And sometimes you can even control the dream, like a movie you're directing.
Right.
And I do that a lot.
Same. My dad does that. We talked about that one dream where the mafia.
Yeah. Reoccurring dreams. This is the story of my life. These dreams that repeat, often with slight variations, and they can be tied to unsolved issues or persistent feelings in waking life.
Mm-hmm.
Nightmares. I've had those. Scary or disturbing dreams, usually triggered by stress, trauma, anxiety, or events. Even certain foods and medications, and they tend to
Yeah.
stick with you after waking. So the
I think we just discussed that.
smoking cessation drugs Chantix was claimed to have
Oh,
nightmare effects. My dad had like pretty much the only nightmare he ever had in his life was on Chantix.
oh,
I
damn.
guess and he I thought this was the cutest thing though. He told my mom about it. Like he woke up and he was scared, and he told my mom, and I still don't know what that dream was about.
Mm.
Like she was like so worried about him. She would she talked to me about it, but I was like kind of young, so I was like, what was it about? She's like, never mind. And I'm like, oh geez. I felt so bad for my dad. Like I
Right.
was like, oh buddy.
Well, it clearly was one that you couldn't tell a child.
Yeah.
So can only imagine, especially with the type of nightmares we've had.
Yeah.
Can only imagine.
And then there's night terrors, and this is more intense than nightmares. Often without coherent storylines, you might wake up screaming or panicked and not remember much. Common in kids, but adults get them too. And along with night terrors comes night paralysis.
I've had all of these so far.
Oh, me too. Night paralysis is terrifying when you wake up and you are awake. You know you're awake. You open your eyes, but your brain's still kind of in dream mode.
Mhm.
And you see things like
your nighttime demon.
Yeah, there's demons. And it's weird because everybody kind of reports the same ish thing of it's on your chest or it's holding you down and you can't move, and you try to move, and it's like a Kill Bill scenario where you're like, wiggle your big toe.
Right.
Like just freaking move. And you cannot, and often you kind of
you're jolted awake.
Yeah. Jen just had a dream like that. She said, I felt like my soul dropped back into me. And I'm like, yeah, I've had that. I've had that due to medication as well. It's terrifying. It's kind of like the falling dreams.
Yeah.
But instead of falling in your dream, you fall out of your dream. It's really weird. So then there's symbolic dreams, dreams that feel mythic or symbolic. Full of metaphor. You might dream of keys, doors, flying animals, or mysterious figures, often interpreted as messages from the unconscious. I'm sure you have this. Problem-solving dreams.
Probably.
Yeah. Dreams where your brain is literally trying to help you figure something out. Inventors, writers, scientists have reported breakthroughs from these.
I have been told I think very logistically.
Yes.
Kind of helps that I work in logistics.
Yeah, that's true. Replay dreams. These are like replays of events from your day or past, sometimes exact, sometimes twisted. Your brain is sorting memories or emotions.
Talked about that.
Visitation dreams are my absolute favorite.
Same.
Dreams where you encounter deceased loved ones or spiritual figures. These can feel deeply real and emotionally impactful.
So, assuming you've had them.
Yeah.
What does it feel like for you? Because I know the sensation I feel.
The show is about to get sad. Feels like I'm disappointed that I woke up. Every time.
I get that feeling. Whenever, I can always tell when it was a visitation from my mom versus she was just a supporting character in the dream that night.
Okay.
And not only is it like if it's a visitation one, she doesn't talk at all.
Oh.
But if she was character, she talks and whatever. But I can feel it in my chest.
Yeah. Like you feel it when you wake up, you get this sinking feeling, but it's only because you had this elevated feeling.
Right. Yeah. But I feel that way also in the dream. And I remember one dream where she had come to visit. I was in a room with one of my best friends, Kristen, and me and her always talk about ghosts and other realms and this kind of stuff. And in the dream, we were talking about something, and I see my mom in the doorway, but she just peeks her head in, doesn't say anything. She smiles, and not a creepy smile. It was a nice smile. And
was that weird for your mom? Not a creepy smile?
No, it's just, all of a sudden a face comes out from behind a door, and you never know. So anyway, I see her and I go to run after her. I'm like, oh my God. And I get out into the room where she was, and I'm like, damn, And Kristen comes running out. She's like, I don't see her. I'm like, no shit, she's a ghost. You're not gonna see her.
No shit.
But yeah,
bite my cord.
The fact that it's such a distinct feeling of knowing that dream versus a regular dream.
Yeah.
And I hate how I can have lucid dreams. I can almost force a certain dream to happen, but I can't force a visitation dream.
Yeah.
And there's been moments where I've been really, really down and upset, and there's been visitations, but the fact that I can't just make it happen, that's what makes me sad. So
I'll try to haunt you if I die.
thanks. Looking forward to it. I was having this conversation with a coworker today.
Weird.
Yeah, I know. About because I was telling a story about how me and another friend had to spend the night at a hotel, and it was the sketchiest hotel. We had no idea it was the sketchiest hotel because that brand of hotels over here are very delightful, but the one where we were was not. So we were talking about how we weren't sure if we would make it till morning and yada, yada, yada. And how depressing would it be for all the true crime girlies that are listening to podcasts and all these other stories, just like skip over yours. I was like,
that would be depressing.
If I find that out, if that happens to me and I see that some chick, like, you know what, I don't need to know that one. I'm going to haunt her, but I'm not going to do like crazy stuff. I'm going to do the like extremely petty shit. That's like, I'm going to make sure her socks never stay up. Like anytime she gets in a car, if she needs the seat to be just a little bit closer, it'll stop. It just doesn't go any closer. She needs it farther like I do because I'm tall. It'll be just enough that it's annoying, safely driven, but just annoying. You can't get exactly comfortable. If you have glasses, there'll always be a speck of something on your glasses. Just right there, just to totally mess with you. That's what you get for not watching my episode.
Yeah. I agree.
We talk in tangents.
We do. I like that one.
Did you have more or that?
I did. I liked yours better though.
Oh, sorry.
There's only two more. So
Okay.
There's prophetic dreams.
Mm-hmm. Oh, like the cheating one.
Dreams that seem to predict the future events. Yes. Science is skeptical, but many people report eerily accurate dreams. I think this is just your brain having perception of, you know, he's not acting right, she's not acting right, he's cheating, she's cheating.
Or I can just see the future.
We'll go with that.
Cool.
And my favorite, false awakenings. You dream that you've woken up and started your day only to actually wake up later, trippy and confusing and irritating as hell. I hate false awakenings. I have a lot of dreams about giving back change. Like, I've had a lot of jobs where my job wasn't to be a cashier. I was only a cashier once, and that was at Home Depot. But my job, like as a bartender, my job wasn't actually to cashier, but I was cashiering.
Right.
Obviously, because I have to ring you up for your drinks. And then I guess my inner fear was that since it's not part of my job, really, like my job is to make drinks, that I would screw it up somehow. And I would always be stuck there and like the drawer wouldn't open, or I was like perpetually like, it would like jump back. So I'd still have to give them $1 and it's like, okay, here's your change. Okay, here's your change. Okay, here's your change. Okay. And it would just go over and I'm like, ah. I mean, I'm bad at math, but I can give back change.
I have math anxiety. I hate math. Have you ever had the classic trope dream things? So like I've had multiple dreams where my teeth are falling out. Yep. Or like I'm trying to talk and they're just coming out. I don't actually lose any teeth, but I'm constantly like,
oh, it's rough.
Yeah. And of course I can't talk because teeth are coming out. So that is
Obviously
symbolic in some other way. I've had the naked dreams where, you know, I'm somewhere and all of a sudden no clothes. So I feel bad for everybody in that dream. And then there's, you know, the reasoning behind those kind of dreams where you're feeling vulnerable and all that other jazz. Quick note, you guys can't see this, look at how Nyrin is laying. She
Kind
looks
of like you when you were 6.
kind of. Actually, no, I looked like I was run over by a train. She looks like she's like a 50s pinup model right now.
Yeah.
Because she's all
doing
like
the sexy leg.
she's got like fanciness where
Mhm.
I was like,
Where's
I was-
my hand?
I was like Family Guy cartoons when they fall down where they're like leg and arm are behind them.
Actually, when you were telling that story, I was thinking about a chalk outline.
Yeah.
Like your dad probably thought he saw like a chalk outline.
Probably.
I got this far.
Oh, you're getting there.
I'm getting better at it, but this is as far as I can get pretty much. And then I screw everything up.
It will be a day of celebration on the show when you get that done.
Thanks.
You're welcome. So, what we thought that would be kind of a fun back and forth, if you will, was we looked up other people's dreams and we were going to read some out loud. And for the ones that I read, DJ is going to try and decipher it. And the ones that she reads, I'm going to try and decipher it because why not? Let's judge other people because we're always being judged. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Look, we have a podcast. We are judged.
Okay.
Do you want to go first? You want me to?
I want you to go first.
Okay. This one is called Missing Someone You Never Met. Now, reminder, these are not my dreams. They're not your dreams. These are random strangers' dreams. I had a dream that lasted a lifetime. I met a girl and we ran away together. We were in love, and in the dream, we spent our whole lives by each other's side. There were anniversaries, vacations, and a long list of sweet memories and memories and memories. It was fantastic. I've never felt so connected to another person. Then I woke up and immediately began to sob because even though it felt absolutely vividly real, I knew it was just a dream and I'd never see her again. I still miss her.
Oh.
Figured I'd start off with a good throat punch.
I feel like, wow, that's so sad.
So what would be your interpretation as to
That they know what they want.
well, let's put some parameters on this. Let's assume that they didn't watch a TV show before
Right.
bed or any of this kind of stuff. We're just analyzing the dream as itself.
I think they know what they want and they know what it looks like, but they're having a hard time finding that. And so missing something you don't even have or missing someone you don't even know, or they feel like they don't know anybody in their life.
There's that too. Because it was such a profound feeling for them that they've never experienced it in their waking life. So
Maybe. So this is a longer one.
I shall sit back.
Yeah, sit back, relax. So I was in a giant floating shopping mall, and that was somehow drifting through outer space. The weird thing was all the stores were selling just one thing, different types of clouds. They were clouds.
Okay.
There were fluffy clouds, dark storm clouds, even rainbow clouds, like edible ones that smelled like vanilla ice cream. In the middle of the mall, there was a giant escalator, but instead of going up or down, it went sideways through a forest made entirely of giant glowing mushrooms. And at the top of the escalator was a giant hamster running a taco stand. Like, not a regular hamster, obviously. This was
a cool hamster.
This one was wearing a tuxedo and was making tacos at lightning speed. So I decided to try a taco. And the hamster handed it to me in a tiny spaceship. I was about to eat it when the whole mall started shaking and a giant whale appeared outside the window, swimming through space. And this whale, it was wearing a monocle and it had a top hat. And it kept on yelling, "Where are my favors?" over and over again. The hamster then tells me, "You need to go find the Jelly Bean Kingdom, or else the tacos will turn into shoes." I don't even know why, but I just knew I had to do it. So I hop into the spaceship with the taco in hand, But suddenly I'm surrounded by a group of frogs dressed as pirates who start singing Bohemian Rhapsody in unison. Then the ship takes off and we're flying through a tunnel made entirely of spaghetti. And that's when I woke up. I don't even know what any of this means, but it was the most vivid dream I've ever had. I mean, how does a hamster run a taco stand in space? Why is a whale yelling for its favors? And the frogs, like, what even?
So first, I happen to have this photo on my phone.
Oh, that's weird. You have to zoom in. Oh, I have to not do that. Or I could probably, I don't know. I would have to have it on the computer, but
it says
fun.
A psychologist, all dreams have meanings. And then my dream is a cat riding a whale with a triton and what is that called? I was gonna say leashes, not leashes. Reins.
Oh.
The reins for it. So that was just kind of funny because you talked about a whale.
Right.
So my first guess would be the different type of clouds felt like different emotions.
Okay.
And the fact that it was on a like an airport escalator where it's the side to side one is where they probably go through different emotions all the time.
Okay.
They don't know how to handle certain things or whatnot. As far as the different type of animals, I would think of that as maybe different stages of their personality or their emotions, and how, like, the hamster in space able to make tacos maybe is the logical side of their brain, is the one that can multitask and do things that not others can do because there's so much happening at once, but they can control it. And then the whale with a monocle, my first thought is they like to play Monopoly. Except he doesn't have a monocle. We went over that.
We went over that,
in the Mandela effect. But the top hat. He wore a top hat.
That's true.
So there's that. So I think it has to do with them regulating their emotions.
Okay.
That's my guess. I also used to study dreams pretty vividly. So that's why mine are a little bit different. So this one is called Working for Santa.
That'd be the best job ever.
I've had this dream 3 times that I can remember. I work for Santa, and he sends me to slay the evil chocolate witch. But the only way I can enter her territory is if he sprinkles me with cinnamon. I always hide behind the door of her house, which was my grandparents' house at the time, and hit her in the hip with an axe. She's about to slay me, but I say, sorry, I thought this was someone else's house. She oozes caramel from her gashes, and I proceed to eat her and save the day. So I figured that would be fun for you to dissect.
She's a cinnamon witch?
No, she's a chocolate witch. But the only way to get into her territory is if Santa sprinkles him or her, whoever this is, with cinnamon. Cinnamon.
All right. So the whole cinnamon girl thing reminded me of a Tori Amos song. Is it Tori Amos? Cinnamon girl. Anyway, I
know the song you're thinking of.
So I don't know, like Santa's very pop culture. Feel like you're working for the man.
Neil Young.
That's Neil Young?
Neil Young and Lana Del Rey.
No, that's a cover.
Well,
you're working for the man.
Neil Young was the original one, though.
And
what if
you're doing something sneaky?
What if Santa is like a mob boss?
A mob boss? Maybe. He does have a little gang. Elves.
I love do his guy. Bidding.
I would do it for Santa. For sure. I don't know. I don't think I'm good at deciphering dreams. That's why I send them to you.
Well, that's why I'm giving you the
chocolate witch. So you're kind of like crossing holidays with Halloween and Christmas, which is kind of a big, like, you're either one or the other. Kind of like if you don't like Halloween, you probably like Christmas. And if you don't like Christmas, you kind of like Halloween a lot more.
True.
So maybe they're in a sort of identity crisis, trying to get to know themselves.
Or they're
They
hungry.
feel like they're working for the man, and
Or diabetic.
it looks sweeter on the other side, but they feel like they wouldn't fit in. So they need to disguise themselves with cinnamon in order to, because you always think cinnamon's so sweet, but really it's not unless you add sugar.
Right.
I'm going way deep on this.
Look how deep I got with the whale and the hamster.
It's true. Yeah, I think there's a lot of identity crisis there. And maybe some existential, like,
or maybe they're hypoglycemic.
Maybe. Check your blood sugar and check it often.
Yes.
So this was a scary dream that was submitted. And I have one that was similar. I'll say it after this. So standing in my living room, looking out the window, and I see a nuclear bomb go off near the horizon. I live with my 2 sisters, so I started to run around the house, telling them what had happened. After a minute or so, we felt the blast wave go through us, and we thought the worst was over. Then another bomb went off. This time, a little bit closer. The blast wave hit us sooner, and I remember my skin feeling like I had horrible sunburn. I thought to myself, this is probably what it feels like to be in a microwave. We lived on a cul-de-sac, and our neighbor and 2 of his sons were standing in the road. We walked up to them as another nuclear bomb went off within a few miles of us, and I looked up the neighbor and said, when are they going to stop? He hauntingly responded, when we're all dead. And then the blast wave hit us, and the dream was over.
So my take is that is a classic panic attack.
Yeah.
Where the waves coming through and not knowing when it's going to end. And I know some people, I know I had one of these as a kid where I had a panic attack one time, or anxiety, however you want to call it. And it felt like I was dying. Like it just felt like my body was shutting down. It clearly wasn't, but all of the emotions and everything was just so much that I remember I had this feeling and then I passed out. Like I took a nap or something. Then I woke up fine because everything got regulated. So I would say that whoever this person was dealing with a lot of stress, a lot of personal issues, that they probably deal with panic attacks for how many waves went through them. That how they're saying like all these different things were going through them, and that person said, well, it'll end when you're dead. Well, if you want to get morbid on stuff, you know, there's the people who talk about suicide, that it'll end their stuff, and that, you know, people who try to say like the people who are suicidal are selfish because, you know, that's not fixing the problem. But for them, they think they're fixing the problem because they think they're the problem.
Right.
So maybe there was some kind of thought of suicide or suicide ideation from this person, especially for the ending of it'll end when we're dead. So that's my take on it.
Reminding viewers that the suicide hotline number is 988.
Yes. Also, if you have like kind of scary dreams or dreams that you're just, it makes you uneasy, talk to someone about it. Because sometimes just talking it out,
it kind of makes things make sense more.
Right. Because to you, it's incredibly heightened. It's incredibly scary because then you start thinking that your mind is wrong or is trying to hurt you or sabotage you in some way, when in reality, your brain is just filtering things it thinks that you'll understand, which not every time it happens, but then the amount of times that we've talked to each other about a dream that one of us have had, and just talking it out, being like, oh no, that wasn't suicide I was thinking of. It was just the ending of something.
Right.
Just like in tarot, the death card does not mean death. It just means a change of something. So just a little tidbit there. So next one. Sounds like a movie. I have a recurring dream. It's pretty weird. It takes place on a farm where I grew up.
Nyron had a dream.
Nyron had a dream, apparently.
Hey, baby. You had a dream?
What's up, baby girl?
Was it about tuna?
All right. Well, play with her because you're mad at me for some reason. All right. I only remember the same scene. I'm coming out of the barn, and all of a sudden, there are these scary, creepy, and little people-sized aliens and creatures coming after me. They run after me and try to catch me. I run and run, but eventually there's no more land, and either I fall off the edge of the earth or they get me. Then I wake up.
I was playing with your cat. What was running after him?
Little people-sized aliens or creatures.
Okay.
They are afraid of the Lollipop Guild.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Well, the concept is they're being chased. They're being chased by something scary. So
anxiety about something.
Right. So probably a decision they have to make or something that's happened to them that they don't have control over.
Definitely the unknown if it's aliens.
Right. So they might be afraid of an outcome that they don't know what the outcome is yet. Like there is no option A or option B. It's just option.
Yeah.
So that would be my guess.
Yeah. A lot of chase dreams.
I hate when I have a dream and I am trying to run.
You can't.
And you can't run. And it's not even as bad as like treading water.
You're just like, legs? What are those?
Like there's so many dreams I have where I'm trying to run and I feel myself going slow. But I'm watching everybody else run like they're Usain Bolt. Like, not fair.
Not fair.
Mer.
I also get like aphasia in my dreams where I can't say what I'm trying to say. And I'm like, like, you know, I'm trying to tell you run. And I'm like, tablecloth. And I'm like, nope. Rubik's Cube. No, that's not. No. Like, dolphins. Like, dolphins. Flipper. And you're like, do you want to go to the beach? And I'm like, no. Chair. You want to sit? No. Like, these hours and hours and hours of like trying to tell somebody we have to go, we have to run, and really I'm like, you know, curtain whale leash and nothing.
Yeah. Blue squirrel basketball.
Blue squirrel basketball. Blue squirrel basketball. Yeah,
I said that right the first time too. So go
Blue
me.
Squirrel basketball. I kind of like the way that sounds.
Blue squirrel.
I'm having a very sensory day. Obviously,
I'm having an emotional day, but we don't have time for that.
It was all a dream. You want to know what? I've said this before, probably on this show. Something that really messed with me. Memes were coming out, right? And the internet was all the rage.
Oh, I remember this
And my friend posted, "You're in a coma. We're trying to reach you. This is the only way we figured out how. Wake up." Why did you do that? I'm looking at you, Brenna. This is your fault. I know whose post it was. I remember seeing it and it panicked me. Like, that was the most effed up thing anybody could have ever posted. I have a lot. I should probably have a tinfoil hat. Like, I was like, and then I was like, I just have to wake up. I just have to wake up. It freaked me out completely. And I was awake. This was not a dream. This was real life.
Yeah,
Don't
you were just scrolling
that.
And
yeah, don't post that crap, people. Grow up.
They probably have now. It's been a while.
No,
Memes have been out for a while.
You were older than me, Brenna. You didn't need to post that crap. I don't think I've ever told her either.
Well, we'll find out if she watches.
She probably doesn't even like, she'll be like, what did I do? What? She just said my name. This is a dream.
You know, there's a search option on, was it on Facebook?
Yeah, I don't want to ever see it again. That was so freaky. It, like, you know how your heart jumps when you like see something like miraculous or like like I was like, I'm unstable. Like, that was not okay. Anyway,
I'm aware. I have your text messages.
So this guy was like, is it normal to have dreams about something you've never seen or known about? Right. A couple of years back, I had this dream where I was on an expedition to Antarctica with these guys on some old big ass steamboat. And we entered this place that had like massive ice columns in the entrance. And it led to this lake. After that, like everything flipped upside down, and there was this pyramid and a whole new area of land. No ice or water, just like an island of grass, flora, etc. When I woke up, I told my dad we searched it up and found out what I saw was Lake Vostok. Man, I thought I was tripping. How did I dream that? I ain't never seen it before. It was crazy.
I mean, I believe in the concept of course, now I can't tell you the name of it, but I believe in it.
Telepathy or
Not telepathy. Like when you can leave your body.
lucid dreaming?
No. I can't. I'm gonna look up the word now.
It has to do with your pituitary gland.
Okay, that sounds fun. But maybe he saw that, or from another lifetime, because I also believe in reincarnation.
Yeah.
That maybe another version of him had seen that before, because there's records of
Astral projection.
Yes, that's what I was looking for.
You know how I remembered?
I don't know, but I bet you'll tell me.
The Family Guy episode.
Yay, Family Guy.
Not Family Guy, American Dad.
Oh, well, still
Same. Yeah.
Seth MacFarlane. So there's been reports of like kids that have randomly said how they remembered what their wife looked like or what their home looked like, and it was from decades ago, and they've looked up the information, and sure enough, like that kid recalled word for word, or something like that. So there could be a possibility that this kid astral projected, or maybe another lifetime dreamt of this place, been to this place, saw a picture of this place, and now his brain is recalling it. Why? Who knows? It depends what he's going through in his life, but it could be just another version of him had seen this place.
Right. I've had dreams like that, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, creepy stuff. This comment on it was, I once had a dream of a home I was never in the same town that I live in, and finally went there, and they were kind enough to let me in, and I knew exactly where every room in that house was.
I remember as a kid, they say how like you don't dream up random people. It's usually
you have to see a face to dream a face.
Right. So I remember as a kid, I was always seeing this one kid in my dream. He had blonde hair, he wore a blue shirt, and it was a recurring dream. It lasted at least a year or something. And it was always where I would meet this kid outside my house, and like we would play hide and seek or basketball or something. And then I'd wake up. Okay, cool. Well, then a few months later, this is back in my day of video rental stores. This is before I worked at a video rental store. I rented a movie because it looked really cool, because I always judge books by their cover. And the movie was called Sidekicks with Chuck Norris.
I love the guy.
I know. And sure as shit, the main character was the kid I dreamt about.
Oh, I would have lost my mind.
Jonathan Brandis. Also ended up becoming my first celebrity crush. Oh my God, he was hot.
He was your dream boy.
Literally. Good times. Great oldies. All right. Next one. It's a good palate cleanser here.
Okay, good.
Getaway snails. I had a recurring dream for a few months where I swiped a bank in my hometown with my best friend. Not too weird yet, but then there's our getaway vehicle, a 3-foot tall snail that I would fall off of and break my arm. every time. Want to decipher that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on, man. You feel like there's a lack of excitement in your life and life is moving too slow and yet you're still overwhelmed.
What about the breaking of the arm?
Overwhelmed, Steph. Have you ever broken your arm?
No.
Oh. Leg?
No. I had surgery, but I've never broken my leg.
Have you ever broken anything?
Hairline fracture. Donna.
We calling you out today, people.
And she watches this too.
Good.
So,
damn it, Donna.
Donna. Hey, Donna. My finger. I'm watching you. All right. So, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a scar right there.
You can't see it, Donna. Don't worry.
Oh, trust me. Donna can see it. So, she had asked me and my ex to help her move because she had just bought a house. Cool. Helped her move. And she wanted to thank us and took us out to dinner at some Chinese restaurant that was near her house. My ex at the time had a very old Jeep. I think it was like an 88 or something. So it was like the squared metal doors and all that jazz. I got out and some way, somehow, my hand did not follow me. And the door shut on my hand. And
where's my hand?
Ah! I had to do the whole, like, it completely shut. And I had to, like, to open the thing. So my finger is bleeding everywhere. My ex, who had claimed to love me so much, couldn't help me. He was grossed out by the blood. Donna, who has bore a child, has been through childbirth.
I love your interpretive dance of childbirth.
I don't have kids, so I'm assuming. I only see it on TV.
It's almost the sign. It's like childbirth.
What bad?
Childbirth.
She couldn't even look at me because blood was bothering her. Like, she could not look. And it wasn't like I clearly had my finger. It's not like
only a flesh wound.
Seriously. And it ended up being like just a hairline fracture. Well, anyway, this was during the winter and I started like passing out from the pain because it kind of hurt, didn't tickle. So she was like, well, put it in the snow. And she kept turning her head because she couldn't look at me because it was too much. So I put it in the snow because I'm also, about to pass out from pain. That ends up burning like crazy.
Yeah.
So we go inside and the very nice little manager guy got me a thing of ice and felt bad and gave me a whole bag of crab ragoons for my pain. But any other time I needed something at work because I worked with her. Steph, I'm too busy. Really? How busy are you, Donna? Anyway.
Oh, Donna. Okay.
Your turn.
Yeah.
It was the snail.
Was like, what was the dream? This seems very
there
real.
Was no, this
that
was live
real.
action.
Yeah, live action.
This was all there.
Yikes. Donna, you screwed up, man. I
can't wait because she watches this podcast.
Earlier this year, I dreamed that it was 1998 again. Oh, God, I wish. I was back in my childhood home and was the same age that I was back then. My whole family was there and we were celebrating something. What made it weird was that everything I saw was through the lens of a home video camera.
Ooh.
With a date stamp and everything. There was even film grain. So it made it seem like the whole long dream was a home video I was watching, but all the events of the dream were fictional. It was super surreal.
She is missing nostalgia from her past. Very clearly.
Yeah.
Because, how else did you look at home recordings?
Right.
With that.
Yeah.
And what are home recordings? Nostalgia from the past.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she is missing something in her life that she is wishing she could go back to.
I have a twofer. You have to do this one too.
Okay.
I had a dream that I was selling insurance, and Jesus Christ himself got turned into a duck and came to me asking if insurance would cover the whole duck situation.
What's the Geico thing there? The Gecko?
Oh, Affleck is the duck.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
I'm a duck. So insurance going to cover this.
I mean, it's good to read the bottom line.
Somebody said, I'm surprised he didn't ask if you sold any grapes.
I think it teaches you to read the fine print of all documents.
These comments are everything. What kind of duck? Was he white, like the Affleck duck, or colored, like a normal duck?
Or mallard.
Because pecking ducks are not normal, apparently.
No, that's silly.
And what did his voice sound like? These are all very important questions.
I agree.
The answer is he was like a little yellow duckling. He just sounded like a normal dude, but in my head, I knew he was Jesus. And I remember just being confused as to why he was more concerned about getting insurance than the fact that he was a duck. It's amazing. That's my favorite so far.
I have so many images in my head right now.
Jesus duck.
Okay. Quack. All right.
Jesus ducking Christ.
There we go.
Wonder if he had a Jeep.
That'd be funny. All right. So this one is called Disney Turned Horror.
Ooh.
It's kind of been a recurring dream, and it always varies just a bit, but certain principles always stay the same. I become a superhero running around the houses that I know in town, shooting gremlins with squirt guns, I assume. This is lethal to them, not light, as they appear to be damn near everywhere in my dream. I feel a sense of urgency, like time is running out, and sometimes Iago, the cartoon parrot from Aladdin, is screaming at me, pulling out feathers like he's a coach. When I wake up, I realize it's not real, and somehow my brain interpreted these movies wrong as hell when I replay them in my dreams and make quite a mashup. So I think he was watching Aladdin and Gremlins.
That's possible.
I don't think that there's anything to decipher. I think he had a movie marathon, and it started with Gremlins, ended with Aladdin, and his brain was like, you know what? That was too much for us. We're going to put it all into one.
Could be. I mean, that's not a bad movie, honestly. Aladdin and Gremlins. That would be badass.
It's just funny to think of that together. Because could you imagine Abu, the monkey, trying to like run away from the gremlins, or him carrying Gizmo?
Throw him in the ocean. No water. I screwed it up.
Oh no.
That's as far as I get. I get the 2 rows, and then I'm like, I don't know what to do now.
How are we for time?
We're almost there.
All right.
Yeah. So I guess my last dream. This one was weird. This one.
This was yours, or are you reading
This is mine.
Oh, okay.
So, and you've heard this one, so you already gave me my interpretation. So this will be good for a wrap up.
Okay.
I was a passenger on what I assume is a school van, and we stopped to drop this girl I used to know in school off, and I looked up and realized that the house next to her is on fire. So I push the seat forward and jump out of the van and go running into this building that is on fire and make sure everybody is out. I realize I have no shoes on, but it doesn't even matter. I run into the building despite everybody telling me not to. And I do remember being like, I'm going to burn my feet. And then being really surprised that the fire wasn't on the floor yet. And I didn't burn my feet. There was like apartments inside. So I'm banging on doors, telling people that the building is on fire and getting them out. And like people wanted to grab stuff. And I'm like, we do not have time for that. You have 10 seconds to grab whatever you want. But then you have to leave. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then I push them out the door. And I'm pretty sure I got everybody out, but then I woke up. I have weird dreams.
I'm aware of this because
Yeah.
I get texted at 7, 6 in the morning. What does this mean? Then I have to take time, be like, okay, well, please, anyone that had questions for me, please wait. I have to answer this text message.
I have really bad relationship with fire though. Like,
I have a friend that
so I think that's huge. And I'm always, so it's made me start looking for house fires. Like if I ever saw a fire, I promise I will try to help, because I have had a friend die in a fire recently where the news then went to report on it and everybody was like, I heard him screaming. And I'm like, why the
I remember you telling me
yeah,
this.
it was really traumatic. And it was terrible. And I'm like, if you heard, how did you hear him screaming and do nothing?
Right.
Except for stand there, like, and then get your 5 seconds of fame with, I heard him screaming. Oh, good for you.
We mentioned before how my dad's a realtor and he was on an episode. His home warming gift to all of his clients are a first aid kit and a fire extinguisher.
It's pretty cool.
And can I tell you the amount of people that have messaged him after to say that they've had to use both within the first week?
The first week?
Yeah. I can happily say, though, my dad was my realtor, and I got a fire extinguisher, and I got a first aid kit.
It's really cute.
And I have not had to use either.
Now
And
that
I've been here now for 2 years.
now that you said that,
Nah. If I need to use a first aid kit, it's for something else. Like the ice pack part.
I was like you hurt somebody?
Well, after the day I had.
No.
Mm,
We should have cookies and milk.
why did I not pick that up on the way home?
Oh, God damn it. Because your car broke down last time.
Yeah, but you fixed it.
I did.
So it should be fine now.
It should be.
If it's not,
How is it?
it's been fine.
This episode is brought to you by Amco East Hartford.
Yay for my 2 lesbian moms who came to save me.
All right. That is about all she wrote. Thank you for tuning in. And
This one dream is called Hot Dog Nightmares.
what?
This one dream here is called Hot Dog Nightmares. But I'm not going to read it, so I can leave you on a cliffhanger.
Maybe next episode. Maybe we should do like
A follow-up.
a follow-up, like, or a dream an episode. This was a good one.
Well,
Maybe.
we'll see.
All right. Bye.